Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you cinema psychotics, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a nice little Vincent Price flick lined up for us. It is Jim Clark's 1974, just all kinds of fun flick. It is Madhouse, and I love this one because it's a great combination of showing Vincent Price's long history in the cinema, while also bringing it into somewhat modern times, and just melding the two and messing with your mind. But guys, it's an all-around great flick, so let's get right in, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is Madhouse. Madhouse is a crazy, fun-filled slasher romp, featuring an entertaining premise, a lurid atmosphere, and a wholly legendary cast of maniacal characters. Relishing in its nostalgia and moody atmosphere, the production abounds in demented flavor and maddening dark humor. With its tongue-in-cheek attitude and an outrageously fun performance, Madhouse is a wonderfully enjoyable cinematic experience that just oozes madcap horror mayhem. The film follows a famous horror icon named Paul Toombs, whose cinematic alter ego Dr. Death appears to be getting the best of him. Haunted by a tragic event in his past, where his fiancée was savagely murdered in the same way as one of his movie starlets, Toombs has a nervous breakdown and is sent to a psycho ward. After being released years later, he attempts to revive his career with a TV series, only to mysteriously be followed by one strange death after another, all pointing to him as the killer. Is Toombs losing his mind, or is there a sinister conspiracy afoot, aiming to drive him back to the madhouse? Vincent Price takes on the surprisingly sympathetic role of Paul Toombs, the jaded and traumatized actor who is haunted by his cinematic history and troubled past. Price astounds in the starring role, showcasing that same charisma and classy persona that has made him a staple in the horror world. He soaks up every bit of scenery that he can muster as he brings his Dr. Death character to life. In true form, his performance is magical, as we second guess whether he truly is as sadistic as these murders are pointing to, or if he is in fact just an innocent bystander of someone's cruel practical joke. The ambiguous nature of his character is wonderfully presented, giving Madhouse an added dose of fun that melds beautifully with this over-the-top whodunit horror caper. Mixing things up even more is an impressive cast of notable characters, all aiding in on the madness on screen. The heavy hitters of this cinematic psycho ward are Peter Cushing as Herbert Flay, Toombs' writing partner and dear friend; Robert Query as Oliver Quayle, a scandalous movie producer and professional red herring; Adrienne Corey as Faye Carstairs Flay, an over-the-hill actress whose good looks and mental well-being have gone down the shitter; and finally Natasha Pine as Julie Wilson, a fresh-faced film assistant tasked with keeping Toombs out of trouble. Across the board, the cast does a remarkable job in joining in on the bedlam, and each and every performer nails the campy tone of the flick, with ridiculously entertaining results. When it comes to classic haunting horror fare, you really can't go wrong with a Vincent Price film, but with Madhouse, the formula is mixed up a bit, blending nostalgic imagery with over-the-top murdering antics. The inclusion of establishing Vincent Price's character as a legendary horror film star, which he is pure genius, as they often pull from his past works to establish his long career in the field. Coupling on top of that, the notion that starring in so many sadistic roles has warped his mind and has driven him insane is just icing on the cake that is just too much fun to pass up. From classic kills to some exceptionally haunting imagery, Madhouse does a tremendous job in creating a wild cinematic world that thrills as much as it chills its audience. It's a wonderful combination of everything that Vincent Price has brought to the genre, and it's a great swan song in respect to his illustrious career in the business. If you're in the mood for a gothic story with a modern twist, then look no further. In the end, Madhouse is an entertaining slasher romp that's as crazy as it is fun. And there you have it, nutjobs. That is the insanely fun and altogether just outstandingly entertaining Madhouse. One of Vincent Price's most, I guess, campy, fun horror movies. He's done a hell of a lot more campy comedy stuff, but this is just one of his most wild and strange ones of the horror genre. Just really love it. Had a fun time with it. Always do. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.